He's done it in the past, but has he done it in the UFC? Not yet. So he definitely got tired in the Heath Herring fight. Like I said, I'm not expecting the same fighter, but I think if it goes later rounds, it favors me, definitely.
What's your opinion on the Frank Mir-Brock Lesnar fight?
I've been asked that every day. I think Brock's being brought in to be a sacrificial lamb, to be honest with you. He's big, strong, powerful wrestler, but Frank's a world-class jiu-jitsu player, and he's got a decent stand-up. Frank needs to go out there and let his hands and kicks go, and inevitably he's going to get taken down no matter what. He might as well get some free shots in. And I think he's going to be able to submit Brock. You know, Brock's being hyped up because there's some WWE fans that the UFC doesn't have yet. So when they're going to watch this for the first time, they're going to be hooked, and they're going to be UFC fans afterwards.
Do you want him to win because of what happened in 04?
Frank?
Frank.
Absolutely. Frank and I both need to keep winning so we can collide once again.
Will you, I know it's going to be right before you go out. Are you going to be able to watch it in the locker room?
No,
or
I
will
don't
you be
think
preparing?
so. I'll probably be able to, watch the highlight real quick, whatever happens.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
Hey, thanks for supporting me. My website and MySpace gone crazy lately. You guys have really supported me a lot, and I appreciate it. And as soon as I get back home, I'll be answering all your questions for you.
Thanks.
Okay, lastly, real quick, you wait, do you have to cut weight this week, or are you on it?
I just cut by just getting here and totally cleaning my diet, maybe 5 pounds, whatever.
Good.
Nothing abnormal.
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Tim, I'd like to ask you from the Brazilian press. And what's your impression about the Brazilian fighters, the Brazilian style? We have 3 Brazilian fighters coming from this event. We don't have many professional events in Brazil, but Brazilian fighters have made a lot of success in Japan and the U.S. What is the information you have about these fighters, the Brazilian style? How do these fighters grow up? How do they appear?
Well, the Brazilians, you guys start out grappling as soon as you can start crawling. So you have a strong jiu-jitsu background already, and most fights end up on the ground. So if you Brazilians can learn wrestling or good striking, it's the best of both worlds. You can go out there and throw with no worry whatsoever being taken down and getting the fight exactly where they want it. Nogueira's full proof of that. He's a stud. Vanderlei, great fighter. Anderson Silva, another one. Just some of the top ones that reach my mind, real quick.
So you think they should develop the boxing techniques instead of just grappling? And
Oh, they have to. As you notice, they all have. You look at Nogueira. His hands are phenomenal now. Anderson Silva, his stand-up's sick. And he's a jiu-jitsu guy. Definitely, you have to be well-rounded. And just a straight-up jiu-jitsu guy is not going to win an MMA fight. I don't believe at this level. At the smaller levels, absolutely not in the UFC level.
And we also have a kind of a comparison when it comes to Las Vegas between boxing events and UFC events. Do you think mixed martial arts are able to achieve a place that boxing has achieved professionally, and something like purses and projection and pay-per-views?
Well, its popularity, we've already suppressed it. We've already gone by it. We are more popular. We're more fan favorites. It's just something fans rather watch now. It's not corrupt anymore. Boxing's corrupt. Everyone knows it. The purses need to get better. That's what I'm doing today. I'm building the foundation for the 8 and 10-year-olds that are training MMA right now. When they turn 21, 22, they're going to be in the peak. They'll start getting $1 million paydays, $2 million paydays. I'm sure. Boxing started out. You've seen that great movie with Russell Crowe. I can't remember the movie called, but he's working with docs and going out there fighting, and making $500 to pay his bills, but he still had to work full time. It was back in the day, and now look at boxing, $20-30 million paydays. It's going to happen eventually.
You think that's a problem, that boxers have gotten spoiled, maybe?
Oh, boxers are definitely spoiled. There's a bunch of thugs in boxing. Not all of them. Especially my boxing coach isn't one of them. But I would like to see MMA. I like to see MMA get the paydays that boxing have, but use it the same way that MMA does. Like, say, okay, guys, here's $10 million. You each get $2.5 million. The winner takes home another 5.
Right.
That's an incentive. You're not gonna just go out there and lay down for $20 million. I'm fighting Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's getting $20 million. I'm getting $5 million. You know, I'll go out there and take a punch from him. That's what these people are saying. But hey, let's give you both $2.5 million, and the whole purse is worth 10. The winner takes home another $5 million.
Right.
That's an incentive. That's what I like to see how the UFC would, you know, do it eventually or something.
What's gonna have to change to make that happen?
You talk to the wrong person. I'm just a fighter. I don't have a college background or any of that stuff, but there's people in the works, you know, obviously, you know, more competition as the sport gets bigger, and, you know, the UFC is the big dog in the block right now, so they control everything.
But you fighters have, you know, any kind of conversation about these things so that together you can try to,
It's still early. You
Huh?
know, the sport's still young. It's what, 12 years old? I don't know how long it took before, you know, NFL got the unions and all that stuff. I think nobody wants to talk about it right now because nobody else has got anywhere to go. I'm not gonna bite the hand that feeds me, so I'm happy with what's going on right now. I'm happy with the way my career's going, and I'm sticking around for a while.
you and Nogueira are getting the same purse and the one who wins gets a bonification, something like that, or is it decided? You and Nogueira are gonna have the same purse?
I have
for
no
this-
idea what he's getting paid. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know what he's getting paid now.
It's not divulged?
No, I have no idea.
It'll be
I
involved on
believe,
Saturday.
I believe after the
You
fight,
can't
it
say
gets,
your purse?
I don't talk about money. You guys can look it up. It's public knowledge. I just don't talk about money. It's just money, politics, and religion.
Who you voting for, by the way?
Whoever has the strongest gun beliefs.
Yeah, speaking of gun beliefs, I mean, you don't get a lot of time off, and we all know you're an avid hunter, so for all those other hill jacks out there, there's some places you know, haven't got to hunt that you'd like to go out and visit when you get some time
I
off?
believe they're all going to be covered this year.
Yeah?
I have a lot. I have probably about a half a dozen hunting trips planned all over the United States and Canada.
What you got?
I'm going to Wyoming for elk, Nebraska for speed goats, turkeys, Canada for deer, Canada for big whitetails, black bears, color phase bears, Maine for moose, Iowa, Illinois, Texas.
So you got it covered.
I do.
All right.
You ever gotten a black bear?
Yeah, I've gotten 2 black bears so far.
How big?
Biggest one was 240.
Now, you don't use a gun, right? You just kill them with your bare hands?
I use bow. I'm a compound bow hunter. But in Iowa, I'll use you can get 3 different bucks in Iowa being a landowner. So I use shotgun, muzzleloader, and bow. So I can hunt pretty much 5 months out of the year
Right on.
for deer.
So no Hicks and Gracie rear naked chokes on the grizzly then, right?
No, come on now.
Good.
I'd love to see that happen.
So 240-pound bear, how big is a 240-pound bear?
4.5 feet, probably. About right.
Do your adrenaline get going like it's a fight when you see one?
More, absolutely more. I've been doing fighting so much now, I'm so calm, it doesn't
Right.
affect me like hunting. I mean, you know, I'll have a video coming out in about 6 to 8 weeks, and just, you know, I have professional cameramen, and they said the footage and the audio of me is unbelievable. When I realize I'm gonna take a deer, you know, when he's standing in front of me, it's like, I tell my cameraman I'm gonna take this guy.
Is it because you want to get it, or because of like the thrill of the hunt, or what is it?
It's all, everything. I mean, I can't put a stamp on it. I think if you put a stamp on it, you could probably sell it.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. You have to get out there and do it. Steve's another one of my hunting partners. He goes hunting with me all the time. Him and I just had that big Texas hunt. And I got jacked up for this buck, and then the next day I decided I was gonna take a doe, and I got just as excited. So I shot a pig later on that night, just excited. It doesn't matter. You know? Steve shot a really, really nice pig. It was about this big.
Nice going, Steve.
That's a hell of a shot, you know, with an arrow. You get a pig that big.
All scores the same. 1 down.
You know, most people who have hunted bear, you know, kind of had a story to tell about, you know, kind of not getting a bear and the bear getting pissed off and coming. Have you ever had anything happen where?
I've had a bear chop and charge the trees and stuff like that. She came in and she had 2 cubs, so she was pissed off. She knew we were there, so she was chopping, you know, chops her jaws and mock charges the tree and stuff like that. I had an arrow knocked and ready to fly. So
Where was that at?
up in Canada,
Canada.
about 15 feet up in the air.
When you go up and you live in Maine, right? That's where you probably have as good a bear hunting there.
Yeah, there is. I never hunted bear.
No, never?
No. I was a hick, so we always said about bear hunting because we had a bear tag, but we were out looking for another deer, actually.
Better tasting.
What's that?
Deer over bear.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Got a grub.